Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Shukla, ICT instructor from Cambridge International School, Dasua. How's you all? As we all know about the epidemic COVID 19, so it's advisable that stay home, stay safe. We are here with the e learning methods to cover up the topics. So, the very first topic for grade 9 in IT is communication methods. Let's begin with chapter 1 communication methods. And the topic which we are going to cover in this particular lesson is the meaning of communication, the types of communication, verbal communication, under subcategorized into oral communication, written communication, visual communication, and last but not the least, non-verbal communication. Let's begin with the very first topic, which is communication. As we all know that communication is an essential human activity. In our daily lives, we need to communicate with one and others for one purpose and for other purposes. Now let's come to understand the meaning of communication. Communication is simply a process of exchanging or sharing our ideas, thoughts, feelings, experiences, and information among one and among others. Communication is a two-way process where the one act as a sender and the other act as a recipient. Now, move on to the types of communication. Communication basically categorized into two broad categories. One is verbal communication and the second is non-verbal communication. Verbal communication is further categorized into written communication, oral communication, and visual communication. Verbal communication. Verbal communication is a type of communication in which we pass on the knowledge and the information through speaking or through writing, or we can use the medium of pictures, graphs to convey our message to the audience. Let's move on to the very first subcategory of verbal communication, which is oral communication. Oral communication is when a message or information is communicated to others by speaking or through word of mouth. It is called as oral communication. What is the benefit of using oral communication? Like when we use oral communication, we get immediate feedback from our audience. Written communication, another type of verbal communication. Now, the written communication is when the messages or information is passed to others in the written form, then the communication is said to be a written communication. Written communication is very effective when we want to convey the same message to a large group of people. Some of the advantages of written communications are it is suitable for sending statistical data, charts, diagram, and pictures. And it gives the receiver sufficient time to think, act, and react. It is rightly said, a picture is worth 1,000 words, a proverb which is directly related with visual communication. A communication refers to communication through pictorial or visual representation of information. In visual communication, information is in the form of visual elements that can be seen and read by the user. And visual communication in a part or whole relies on eyesight of the receiver. Now let's get started with the non-verbal communication, a very interesting type of communication which happen in real time and which take place without speaking or writing any word. And this communication is simply done with the facial expressions, touch, one's posture, eye contact, body language, and hand gestures. Some example of such communication are thumbs up, a thumbs down, shrugging shoulders, blinking of your eyes, and other gestures that we use in our daily life as a part of non-verbal communication. Now that's it for chapter number 1, communication method. Now here are some key points which we discussed in chapter. And I want you people to note it down all these key points along with the relative answers on your notes. Till then, thank you, goodbye, take care, stay home and stay safe.